All right, so I won't start just yet, but the Lecha Dodi is to you, my beloved. And there's a song, Lecha Dodi is what I walk down the aisle to. I think that was, I think, yeah. And because it's, really nice. So Dodi is, Dod is uncle. I mean, I've said this before. And Doda is aunt, but it has a secondary meaning. And here it doesn't mean uncle. It means my beloved. So this is like a psalm to you, my beloved. So that's Lecha Dodi, to you, my beloved. So in this whole prayer, who is the beloved? There are references, if you've looked at it in English. So who is the beloved? Don't forget, this is Erev Shabbat. This is Friday night. It's just the beginning of, 24 hours of services and prayer. Who is the beloved? Who the one that we pray to all the time? We talk about the Sabbath bride. So who is that mysterious bride? So any guess? Any wild guess? Who is beloved of the Jewish people? Who is the most beloved?
Adonai.
Right.
Adonai.
And so this is so there's symbolism here. Lecha Dodi, to you, my beloved. Dodi is my beloved. If it ends in that yud, it's possessive. It means my beloved. And so this, when I read this, like two different interpretations. It could be my soul. It's like on the Sabbath, you're supposed to have an extra soul. It could be my Shabbat neshama, my Shabbat soul, because it's supposed to be like higher up, or it could be God. And there's a lot of reference to the bride. So they use the words, the queen. Now there isn't a word queen in the prayer because queen is Malka. But I've talked about translation, and when they translate, they put in all fancy stuff and they talk about the Sabbath queen. Well, the word queen is never mentioned, but the word bride, kala, is mentioned several times. So the beloved is either that special soul connection to God or the bride, the Sabbath bride. And that's very typical in Jewish symbolism, the Shabbat, the kala. And when they sing at a wedding, Chussin Kala Mazel Tov. So Chussin, that's Yiddish, but Chatan is the groom, and the Kala, same word in Hebrew, Chatan v'Kala, groom and the bride. And so there's a lot of symbolism in Yiddishkeit about the people being the bride of God. Actually, I think in Chagall's paintings, you have a bride floating away in the sky, right? So that's like probably a religious thing, the bride and the groom, the union, the spiritual union with God. Now I had three yeah, go ahead.
Did you ever send us a printout of it? Because I couldn't find one.
I did. Today.
I
sent it today because I apologize. I've really been busy.
I just printed out the vocabulary.
That's all I got.
Yeah, it was the vocabulary. No, it was both the vocabulary.
Oh, you know what? I was doing it this morning and I was doing it quickly, and then the vocabulary went down. I can send it quickly. I have it all set up, but then I had a problem and I hit something. I was trying to make it larger and so I had to do the whole thing over. So I can send it. Want me to send it quickly?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
When I do that, yeah, I have it. I scanned it, and I just give me a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. You'll get it.
Okay, so I was the only one who lost it.
All right, so I did that.
Okay, I'm going to go into my other room. I'm going to put myself on stop the video while I go into this other room to print it out.
Helene, on my screen, it says host is not in the meeting yet.
I'm not the hostess.
I know, but Carol would be the host, right?
Yes, and she's been in there. And
Yeah.
she's,
I know, but my screen says host is not in the meeting yet.
oh,
Did you see her?
Yes.
yeah, I saw her.
If you saw her, Charlene, don't
You're
worry
on, you're
about
on,
it.
yeah.
This doesn't make sense.
What I did for Lachado D, by the way, is I just opened up my Sidor, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go get my.
Oh, do you have the Sim Shalom? Do you know what page? Does anybody have that?
No, because I'm using a different, I'm using Sidor Hadash, so I don't know what page it's on in Sim Shalom.
I had been out and didn't get home till like 12:15, so that was why I was like, okay.
I was working on the ashtray this morning, getting better.
What page is it in here?
I don't have that
Let
one.
me see if I have it written down.
Do you have the blue one?
No,
I don't.
Okay.
I wish they don't have an index in here. I wish they did.
If you go to Friday night services, it's pretty much at the beginning.
Okay,
I found it in my book. It's 21.
In my book, it's 38, so.
let me see.
And Shalom.
No.
It comes, in mine, it comes after Habul Adonai.
Okay, I sent it.
Okay,
Yeah, it says two attachments because the first one is a vocabulary, the way I do it without the vowels. And then I print that out, put the vowels in. I think oh no, I didn't put the vowels in. Even in the second one, I just did it over. I apologize. That's because I've been rushing. I have company and I just, all right. I didn't put the vowels in. I printed it out.
the vowels are in there.
They
The
are.
vowels there. I mean, they're part of the text. What do you mean?
The vocabulary vowels, I don't
Oh,
think
the
I put them in.
vocabulary.
No.
Yeah, no,
So D.
yeah, I intended to, and that's why I take that, the vocabulary after I type it, and then I print it out, and then I put the vowels, and then I usually scan it, and so it's a little bit of a thing, but I was rushing and my boo-boo, mama look a boo-boo. All right, well, we'll be able to figure it out anyway.
Carol,
So, yeah,
I wanted to tell you, I saw Faye Booty yesterday, and she would be interested in coming back to class in the fall. Her summer's just been really terrible, she said.
oh.
So
oh.
if we need, she's fine.
Yeah, she
Her
sent me a
family is
note.
fine, which is good, but she would be delighted to come back with you in the fall.
I would be delighted to have her. Okay, so the vocabulary, yeah, I did not put the vowels in. All right, can anyone figure out what that word is? The word that means bride? You want to try
Come on.
kala? Yeah, kala. You'll see it in the text. Okay, so if you look at the beginning, if you have Lachado D, look at the first stanza. Okay, look at the very first line, which is the repeat. It's the chorus.
Right.
Okay, so you could put in the vowels. So it's Lachado D, Lekrat,
Kala.
Kala. Okay, you have a patach and a kamatz. The one straight across is a patach, and the kamatz is the little t. And so they both pronounce the same way, kala. Kala. Did you hear that word in the Alice in the wedding ceremony?
I don't remember.
You were probably
It's a
so
blur.
excited. You were like oh, in another world. The mother of the bride.
Said
in other
Allah,
world.
and I wouldn't have known.
Okay, so kala is the bride. And that's, we said, we're addressing this to the bride. It's to God, this special friend of God. So the next word is panay. Now, from Yiddish. So Sivya, Punim, we Shane Punim, right? What does Punim mean?
Days.
Days,
Shane
Punim.
Zisa Punim.
Zis Punim. Okay, and Punim, Panim, which is really interesting, is a plural word. In English, we say face, but it's like referring to the two cheeks, right? So this is Panay, which is, it's called Smichut, which is a possessive, and it means in the face of, like in the face of danger,
Mm.
in the face of. So this is L'chadodi, to you, my beloved, L'krat, towards the, we're going towards the bride. And then Pnei Shabbat, in the face of, we're welcoming, we're looking at, in the face, we're facing, this is gonna happen any minute when the sun goes down. Pnei Shabbat, in the face of the Sabbath, the Kabbalah, we will welcome, we will greet. Okay, so they used to go out in the villages, wait until 3 stars in the sky, and that was declared Shabbat. So, Panay. The next word is one that we've seen a lot in terms of commandments, Shamor. These words usually go together in the Torah, Shamor v'Zachor. Shamor. And that is observe, to keep the commandments. And also Zachor, remember them. So it's Shamor v'Zachor, that to go a lot. The next word, God has many names. One is the rock, like Tzur Yisrael, Koma, the Ezrat Yisrael, rise up in the help of the Israelites. So this word is El. So Yisrael. El is God. And this is interesting. HaMiuchad. Miuchad means special or unique or singular. So of course that goes with Shema, God is one, the only one. Our God is a singular one. We're not pagans. El, the God, HaMiuchad, the special singular, the one God. El HaMiuchad. And I thought the next phrase was very nice. The core is the source. There's a wonderful book, it's an old one by Michener, and it was called The Source, and I read it before I went to Israel. It's a very good book, and it's about a tell and going down in history layer by layer in different eras of civilization. So this is the source, the core, the font, the source. And habracha, what does bracha mean?
Blessing.
Blessing. So it's the fountain or the font or the source of blessings. I just thought that was a very nice phrase. And I pulled these out from different verses. Mekor habracha. Now, there's a dance, an Israeli dance, and it goes Yamina, Yamina, Smola, Smola, Livamei Machola, to the right and to the right, to the left and forward and back, da 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 da. Step forward and step back, da 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 da. It's an Israeli dance. Yamin is your right hand. Yad Yamin, Yamina means right, Yamin, U, and small and left. Yamin, right, U, and small, right and left. So I asked the rabbi, when we greet the Sabbath bride or in the Amidah, when we go back 3 steps and we go forward, and at the end, and we bow, or after Oseh Shalom, at the end of the Kaddish, Oseh Shalom b'momav, and then Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu v'Al Yisrael v'Imru Amen, and you bow. So I said to him, which way do you bow? Do you go first to the right or first to the left? He said, I really can't remember. So I looked it up and it said, it's immaterial, it's custom, it's not law, So I here, I never realized that it says Yamin, right and left. So I don't know what if when you're greeting the Sabbath bride and you just go, I think I go right and left, but doesn't matter. You can go left and right. There'll be no thunder.
Can you tell us what paragraph that's in? Because I have Lahadodi open, but I can't find that in the actual Lahadodi.
We'll see it when we get there. Okay. I'm going to do 5 paragraphs. I figured the 5 most significant ones. Okay, and then it says,
Okay.
Unigila, was it Vinigila? Oh, let me see. Vinagila. So you know, Hava Nagila? Do you know what Nagila? Hava means let's. And Nagila comes from the word Gil, which means joy. It is a Hebrew name, Gila. Anybody know anybody by the name of Gila means joy. That's really nice. So Hava, let's. This is future tense, it begins with a nun. Nagila, we will rejoice. Come and we will rejoice. So this is Nagila. So it's like Hava Nagila, but this is Ve and we will rejoice. The
And
next one is,
we did
yeah.
dance that at the wedding in the circle. And then we lifted the people up on the chairs and they
Right.
lifted me up on the chair and they dropped me on the floor. I fell off the chair and I just got
Oh
back,
my God, you fell off?
got back on and did it again.
That's very scary. I remember being on the chair. It is very scary when it tilts forward and you're looking forward.
Yeah, you
No.
don't know, it's like tilting and I fell.
Wow, you're lucky you didn't break anything. Okay. Bo'i is a command. Come, Bo'i. The shalom. Come in peace. Come in peace. And then I thought this was really nice too. Ateret ba'ala. Ateret ba'ala. Now, ba'ala means her master. The word for husband in Hebrew comes from the word ba'al, which is master. Ba'ala means her master. Ateret is a crown. She is the crown of her husband, the Sabbath bride. So if this is God, then God is a crown of the Jewish people. It's a very pretty symbolism, the crown of her husband, and husband would be the Jewish people. She's the bride, Jewish people is the husband. Ateret ba'ala. Now, a little bit of Yiddish. Come on, Helene, what does a balabusta mean?
My grandmother. I mean, no, it means a good housekeeper, someone, a good homemaker.
Okay.
Bala Busta, Bala.
Yeah, do you
Bala
know
Busta.
what those, is that Helene?
Yes, so the other house.
Oh, hi, long time no
Yeah,
see.
I
Everything
didn't
okay?
I didn't get anything for today.
I sent it, I did send it, there were 2 emails.
Yeah, I know,
sent.
but somehow I was-
sent it this
I've
morning.
been absent. I was
Yeah.
afraid because I've been absent that you took me off the list.
No, I would never do that, no way.
She
I
actually
knew I would see it.
sent something. One sheet she just actually sent a few minutes ago, so.
One I
Oh,
just sent
okay.
a few minutes ago, and the other one I sent maybe an hour ago. So, a balabusta, Helene Grants, do you
Yes.
know, Hannah, do you know what balabusta means? Do you know
Yes,
where it
it's
comes from? We
Where
just
it
said.
comes from.
Okay, so it is a Yiddish word, and it comes directly from Hebrew, and it's a corruption of the Hebrew. It comes from ba'alat ha-bait. Bait is the house, and ba'alat. But we know that Yiddish, just like Hebrew, the Hebrew that's spoken in Eastern Europe would be like ba'alas ha-bait, and it became ba'alat. It's the owner of the house. Ba'alat habayit. It became balabusta, but busta would be like bayis instead of bayit.
Oh, okay.
So a balabusta is a ba'alat, is the owner of the house, the lady of the house.
Okay.
Okay, because Baal is the husband, he's the master, and Ba'ala would be the mistress. So Ba'alat, the mistress of the house. So that became corrupted to a balabusta.
Mhm.
All
Well,
right.
that's the denotation, but the connotation is that you're a real homemaker.
Yeah.
Right. There's an aberia. That's another word. Aberia. Aberia is a like somebody who knows everything: cooking, cleaning, sewing, all that stuff.
A
Okay.
Yiddish mama.
Yiddish. So there's a lot of words in Yiddish that come directly from Hebrew, only they're a little corrupted in the sound, which is so interesting. Okay. So then we have the Ba'alu. So Ateret Ba'ala, she's a crown of her husband. Okay, on Friday night, there's Eshet Chayil. Some people say Eshes Chayil. And some modern women, I know some who are very learned, and they do not like this prayer because they say this is demeaning to women. So like Eshes Chayil, and in Hebrew would be Eshet Chayil, a woman of valor. And so why is she valuable and valorous? And she knows how to keep her household together. She cooks, she cleans, she takes hands out to the poor. In other words, she's a balablista. She's good. It doesn't say anything about her learning, her attending services, her studying Talmud. No, it just her laurels are. She rests on the laurels of she's a good cook. She cleans, and she's good to her family. That's it. So feminist women don't like that. They don't like that prayer. I'm just telling you from the inside with some of my friends. Okay, I looked at this whole thing several times. I picked these words. I picked 5 verses. So whether you have a Siddur in front of you, and this is found on Erev Shabbat prayers, or you have the printout, you can take a look. So it's the first verse, which starts with Shamor. And if you want to, you can put a little 1. I don't know if I numbered them. I may have numbered them. That was number 1. Okay, so I'm going to go with the traditional melody, which is Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Panei Shabbat Nikabela. So let's try those words. Repeat after me. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Panei Shabbat Nikabela. Okay, so it's Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Panei Shabbat Nikabela. Let's just try that to get the melody, okay? And melody really doesn't change. So I'll sing it once and see then if we can do it the second time, but just get this melody. It's a very popular one. Okay, so listen the first time and the second time, try to do it with me. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Panei Shabbat Nikabela. It is nice and slow, so you can try to read it, really try to dig in and read it. All right, let's do it together. Let's try it really slowly. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Panei Shabbat Nikabela. Good. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum dum dum. And that's repeats. And so they just gave you that in the beginning and they started with that. Then the first verse starts with the word shamor. And here is that phrase. Okay, so you wanted to know where. So now in that introductory line, where do we see the word kala? In what we just sang. Where is
Allah.
Likrat Kala.
1, 2, 3.
Likrat Kala. It's the last.
Likrat Kala. Okay, so there is. And where is the word panei?
Right after kala, right after the kala.
Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Panei Shabbat Nikabela. Okay, then verse number 1 starts with shamor, and that's those 2 words. Here in the book that I'm using, they say preserve. It means keep, observe, shamor. Okay, so it says shamor v'zachor, keep and remember, or observe and remember. So it talks about the commandments, observe the mitzvot and remember them. So you have to do them and you have to, so it's a physical doing them and observing them, and then also reminding yourself of them. And we said last week that the talit, the 3rd paragraph of the Shema, talks about the talit, and on the talit is 4 corners, and the talit is supposed to remind you of the 613 by the knots, the numbers of the mitzvot. So we're supposed to be reminded of the mitzvot whenever we put on the talit. Okay. You know, little kids, before they have their upshun, before they get their haircut, they have something called a talit katan. They put it over their head, and it's a garment they wear under their undershirt, and it's got 4 corners. It's for the little guys. And when they're older, they get at the bar mitzvah, you'll see the yeshiva boys with tzitzis flying, but they get their talit, the real shawl, when they bar mitzvah. Okay, so it goes shamor v'zachor. Let's try that.
Amor,
Shamor v'zachor. Is everybody good with the Zion? Because the word shamor, we know those letters, but it's v'zachor. Zachor. That's the letter Zion, v'zachor. When I was teaching the 7th grade, it's in number 7. So Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zion. I had the 7th grade. Those are the bar mitzvah age kids. And I said, we're going to call ourselves the Zion Lions. That's what was my class. Shamor, v'zachor, v'dibor echad. What number is echad? Echad. One. Echad miodea and Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Echad is 1. So Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad. With dibor, with a word, with one word. It says in a single utterance in the translation I have, with a single. Okay, Shamor v'zachor. We'll say that together. That's the single utterance. Okay, preserve and remember. B'dibor echad. Shamor. So it goes Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad. Okay, and then can you pick out the 3 root letters in the next word? Hishmi anu. Now look at what in my book it says. The one Almighty caused us to hear.
Shin.
You're close.
No, Shema.
Ma.
Shin,
Well, shin, me, mem.
Ayin.
yeah.
Yeah.
So shin mem ayin.
Mem
That's the
ayin.
guts of the word. That's the root. That's the shoresh. Hishmi anu. Cause us to hear. Cause us to hear. Hishmi anu. El Hamyuchad, or the Holy One caused us to hear. He caused us to hear El Hamyuchad. So it's backwards. El is God, the special God, the unique God caused us to hear. These words, Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad. Preserve and remember in a single utterance. The El, the special God, the singular God caused us to hear. Okay, sometimes they do that. Sometimes they mix up the word order. So it goes Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Hishmi anu el hamyuchad. And then it says Adonai echad. What does Adonai echad mean?
God, you're
God
one.
is one.
God is one. And here they even just say Adonai. They don't say God. Adonai echad, God is one. Ushmo echad. What does the word shame? Hashem shali tzipora. Shame. Name. So it says God is one. Adonai echad. Ushmo echad. Remember, Ushmo echad. It says in the Torah service, right? Okay, so Shem, Hashem, the name of God. So it goes Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Hishmi anu el hamyuchad Adonai echad Ushmo echad V'shem u'tiferet balit Hilat l'shem. There the word shame means for fame. U'tiferet for glory. The Tehillah is praise. So also Tiferet is beauty, splendor, for fame and splendor and praise. So that's where they talk about God. So let's just try to read it first, that whole stanza, and then we'll try to sing it, okay? Is there anybody who wants to read that stanza? Anybody? Okay, go ahead. Hannah.
Okay. שמו וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה.
Right, and so when you kind of sort of semi-memorize it because you know the melody, it comes much easier. Somebody else want to try to read that first stanza?
The only hard part's the last sentence. L'shem ul'tiferet.
L'shem ul'tiferet
That's so many.
v'lit'ila. Okay, and then it
Those
goes
last
into the
two-
chorus. Yeah.
The last two words are
V'lit'ila. L'shem ul'tiferet
yeah.
v'lit'ila.
Ul'tiferet. There's a lot of
L'shem ul'tiferet v'lit'ila. Somebody else want to try to read that? Come, ladies.
Right.
Ella. Go ahead.
Go for it, Ella.
Shemor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Hishmi'anu el hameuchad. Adonai echad ushemo echad. L'shem ultiferet v'litechila.
Beautiful.
But
Brava.
it's not a
Bravissima.
cha. It's not a cha. It's a
V'lit'ila. V'lit'ila. So,
Bravo.
good job.
Bravo.
Okay, let's see who else. Maybe one more person want to try it? Susan. would
Oh, you want
like
me
to try it?
Okay, I'm not sure. It's like Shamor Vazahor Badi Bor Ehad Hish Mi Anu El Ham Yo Had
Mhm.
Adonai Ehad Ushmo Ehad Lish La Shame one second Votif really
All teeth,
Oh,
that's
oh,
the end
oh,
of a
oh.
syllable.
okay O Tif Eret Eret Eret
Tiferet. One more word.
Bali Li Hila Bali.
Bravo.
Alihia. Yay. Okay, now let's try to slowly sing that and we'll go on to the next stanza. I picked 5. I figured we only have time to do 5. We can't do all of them. Okay, we'll start with Shamor slowly and we'll sing it. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad ishmi'an el hamiyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem v'lit'ila. And let's just try the chorus. Lecha dodi lecha Allah b'nei Shabbat Okay, so the second one I picked was actually the second verse. And that says, to greet the Sabbath, come let us go, for it is a source of blessing. From the very beginning of old, it was appointed. Okay, and Oh, and it was appointed last in creation, first in God's thought. Okay, and it's likrat Shabbat lechu v'neilcha. Okay, towards Sabbath, lechu go. We'll go. Come, let us go. Lechu v'neilcha. That's expression. Come, let us go. Okay, so repeat after me. Likrat
Likrat,
Shabbat
Shabbat,
Shabbat.
lechu
Lechu,
v'neilcha.
V'neilcha.
Remember, lechu neranana. We use that verb a lot. That word, lechu. Okay. Ki,
He,
He.
he, mikor,
Makor,
habracha.
Habracha,
Bracha.
So there's the word bracha. And then we had the fountain, mikor habracha, that phrase, the fountain or the origin or the font of blessing. So it's lekrat Shabbat lechu v'neilcha. Ki hi mikor habracha. Meirosh mikedem nisucha. Sof ma'aseh b'machashava techila. That is a mouthful. And
Yeah.
you have to get that. That is because it's a b'machashava. So that kind of gets smushed a little bit. So listen, it goes likrat Shabbat, likrat Shabbat lechu v'neilcha, ki hi mekor habracha, meirosh mikedem nisucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava tehila. You really don't say all those ahs. Sof ma'aseh b'machshava. It's not b'machshava. You can't say that in singing. Sof ma'aseh b'machshava tehila. You have to say it very fast, or you have to garble a little bit. Okay, b'machshava. So there's b'machshava. You got 5 syllables. So ma'aseh b'machshava techila. So you have to practice saying it fast. So ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Even the cantor, you know, they kind of shorten it a little bit. They shorten some of the syllables. Okay, so let's try it phrase by phrase. And somebody want to say that? Do that? Say it. Alice, you want to try? Let's
okay.
read it.
Starting from Likrat,
Yes, Kane.
Likrat, Shabbat, Lechu, V'neilcha,
Good.
Ki, He, Makor, Habracha,
Yeah.
Meirosh, Mikedem, Nasucha, Sof, Ma'aseh, B'machashaba, Tehila.
Healthy.
Machashava.
A+. Good, 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 good. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I took attendance. Okay. So Esther,
Hey,
let's hear you. Okay, the same one,
Okay.
Esther.
I got a cold today, so I'm not doing
Oh,
this.
did the doze. Okay.
But
We love you
I'll-
anyway.
Okay, I'll go ahead here. Likrat Shabbat Lechu V'neilcha Pen Ki. Did I skip a lot? No.
No.
Ki He Mekor Habracha Mirosh Mikedem Nisucha Sof Ma'a Se Me B'Macha Shava Techila.
Right. You can see that's really a lot of syllables.
Carol, I'm gonna have to leave. Carol,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling well. I have to leave because I
Oh.
was in the bathroom. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right,
Yeah,
feel
me
better.
too.
Feel
Okay.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not, have you been, it's not COVID, is it, Esther?
No, it's not COVID, it's grandchildren, post-grandchildren.
You mean they gave
My
you both?
husband was even tested for COVID and it's not
Oh.
COVID. It's just post-grandchildren.
Yeah, exhaustion. It's called exhaustion. All right, so Likrat Shabbat Likrat Shabbat Lechuven Ilcha Kihi Mekor HaBracha Merosh Mikedem Nesucha Sof Maaseh B'Machashava Tehila. And that's a lot. Okay, so we did 1 and 2. Now I'm going to go down to 5. All right, that starts with Hidorari. Hidorari, the 5th one. Let me see. Did I? Yeah. Okay, I put numbers on. So Hidorari. So here's how this one goes, and it says, "Wake up, just like we're gonna have now on Slichot, the Maimonides text says, wake up, you slumberers, because the new year is coming. So this says, heat orari. I'll say it again, heat orari. The words that begin with heat are reflexive. It means it's something you do to yourself, like you wash yourself, you get yourself up, you dress yourself. So this is wake yourself up, literally. Heat orari. No. Heat orari. Oh no. Hitorari, kiva orech. And then it says, kumi ori, no. Why am I getting this wrong? Where is my other one? Shama, Hidori, Hidori. I'm losing the melody. Come on, help me here. Let's see. Shamor, Zachor, Hidori, Iva Ore, Kumi Ori, Shir Daberi, Kivod Adonai Alayach Nigla. Right, so Hidori, Iva Ore. I'm losing it. Shamor, Zachor, Badibor Echad. Hidori, Kibare. Yeah. Hidori, Shamor, Zachor, Badibor Echad. Shamor, Kiva Ore.
Adonai Leia.
I'm losing it on this one. I'm sorry, I'm losing it. Ori, Shir Daberi. There it is. Kivod Adonai Alayach Nigla. There it is. Hidori, Kiva Ore. Yeah, I got it. Hidori, Kiva Ore. No, I lost it. All right, let's just say it out. We have to start from the beginning. Okay, so just say it for me. Hidori, Hidori, Kiva Ore, Kiva Ore, Kumi Ori, Ori. Do you see a lot of Ori? Because it means my light. Or is light. Ori means my light. Like the name Uri. Okay? So Ori, Shir Daberi, Kivod Adonai
Kavod Adonai,
alayich nigla. And you see how many times they say the word light. Wake up, for your light has come. Arise and shine, awaken, utter a song. The glory of Adonai is revealed upon you. So it has to do with or zarua la tzadik, right? Or zarua, the light shines. Or zarua la tzadik, to the righteous. Or zarua la tzadik, ula yishrei lev simcha. Okay, so I think it's easier for me if we started from Lecha Dodi. So it goes Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Nikabela Hitoveri Kiva Ore Humi Ori. I'm losing Ori, Shir Daberi, Kivod Adonai, Alayach Nigla. I don't know why this one's giving me trouble. Okay, anyone want to just say the words? Let's, someone hasn't had a chance. That one is just giving me trouble. Okay, starting from
Charlene, I think Charlene's the only one.
Charlene. Can you start from, there's a lot of repetition. Heat Ori, Charlene, try.
Okay. He tore Ori. He ba
Va.
kiva Ori komi Ori
Orech. He's over kiva.
Ore. Yeah.
Orech. All right, so final ha. Okay. And
Where's
Ori.
okay, so when the dot's in the middle, it's like I punched in the stomach. Ori. Kiva orech. Kumi. That's Ori. And then next line says Ori. Okay, where are you?
Ori Shir Dabor
a bear?
Watch the vowels.
Da
Da,
bear.
be,
Daberi.
da, be, re. Uri, you got that? Shir, da, be, re. Shir, a song.
Shir
Da, be, re.
Daberi.
Mhm. It's a word that means holy,
Kavod.
Yeah.
like honor,
Kavod.
respect. Kavod.
Kivod Adonai. Ale.
Alai.
Alive.
Allah.
Life.
Alayich. Alayich. There's your final half.
Nigola.
Nigla. Right. So it's Kavod, Adonai, Alayich, Nigla. So-
I have a question.
Yeah.
In the first Ori, it starts with an aleph, and then the next two where it says Ori, it's with an ayin. Is there any reason why they switched it?
Wait,
or-
the first one is Hitorari with an ayin, wake up.
Ori.
Okay.
Ori.
Yeah. Okay. So with the ayin, it means wake up, the root.
Okay,
Hitorari, wake up. And then kiva, because is coming, or with aleph, vav, or just aleph with a dot and resh. That means light. It's a totally
Carol,
different word. So
okay,
the first is a
It's
verb,
not-
wake up.
Yeah,
Orech means your light.
right. It's not a re, it's a
Okay.
re. It's a
So orech.
Yeah.
So or zarua, light. Aleph,
re.
vav, resh. That means light.
okay.
And hitori is wake up. Well, that's a very good observation, though. You're really, reading it. Hitori, kiva orech. kumi ori. Okay, kumi means get up, my light. Arise, my light. This says arise and shine, where I'm reading from. Arise, my light. Uri, awaken, awaken with the ayin. Shir daberi, sing a song. Shir is a song. Shira is a Hebrew name, means song. Shir daberi, kevod Adonai, alayich nigla. Okay? All right, so let's get to the next one I wanted to do. So we did 1, 2, and 5. Now, going to the last two. Okay. All right, it starts with the one that I had where I put the fourth check. You have 1, 2, 3. The fourth one is the next to the last verse. That's easy to find. The next to the last.
Number
And this one
8.
starts with, yeah. Yamin. So Yamin usmo tifrosi. There's right, Yamin, U, and small, right and left. Tifrosi. You will spread out. You Israelites. You will spread out. Yamin. Yamin usmo tifrosi. The et Adonai taritzi. Al yad ish ben partzi. Vanis mecha vanagila. Okay, so Yamin usmo tifrotzi. And tifrotzi means from Peretz, because he's the father of the son of Judah, and that shows the descendants where King David comes from, because they talk about the Messiah. Yamin usmo tifrotzi. The et, remember we don't translate et, the et Adonai ta'aritzi. You will be desirous of God. You will praise God. Al yad ish, then, oh, I'm sorry, then al yad ben part C, that's Peretz. Okay. Yamin usmo tifrotzi. You will spread out. The et Adonai ta'aritzi. You will praise God. Al yad ish ben, the son of part C, that's a name Peretz. V'nismecha, we will be happy. Sameach. V'nagila, gil again means joy. V'nismecha v'nagila. Okay, let's try to say that. Follow it after me. Yamin
Yamin,
usmo
Usmol.
tifrotzi.
Ifroti,
Spread out left and right. Ve'et Adonai
The et
et Adonai,
ha'aritzi.
Ta'ari.
Aritzi,
Al yad
Al yad.
Al Yad,
ish.
Ish.
Ish,
That means a man. Ben,
Ben.
Ben,
that's the son of part C,
Part C.
Artzi,
which comes from the name Peretz. That's showing the descendants of the Messiah, Melech David. V'nismecha,
Venice.
Venismecha,
and you can see the root Sameach. That means, like you say, Chag Sameach, happy holiday. V'nismecha, that's a verb. We will be happy. We will rejoice. V'nagila,
Venagila,
and we're back to Hava Nagila. Come, let us rejoice. So V'nismecha, will be happy. V'nagila, and we will rejoice. Okay, so right and left, you will spread out, and Adonai, you will praise. Through the man descended from Peretz, we will rejoice and exult. And of course, the Messiah is supposed to come from the house of David. Okay, I want to make sure we get in the last one. The last one is when you're going to stand. It says the congregation turns to face the entrance while reciting this. So when we are praying, we are facing the ark. We are facing Yerushalayim. We are facing east. And if you pray in your house, they have something called a mizrach. It's something like a decorative thing that you put on your eastern wall, mizrach. And so you know which way you're facing Jerusalem when you pray. If a religious person in the house, they are going to have something like a sign, or they know which way is east. When I'm facing east, I'm facing towards Riverhead on Long Island. So It says here, the congregation turns to face the entrance. Why would we turn around? We've been praying facing the ark, facing east, facing Yerushalayim. Why do we turn around?
You're
To
greeting.
welcome the Sabbath bride.
Exactly. Perfect. Excellent. So now we turn around because that's the entrance. She's coming in, right? Right. The Spirit of God, the bride of God is coming in right in our own congregation. And that's why we're bowing. We are in giving kavod, respect. Great. Good answer. The congregation turns to face the entrance while reciting this verse, while saying the words, Bo'i kala, come bride. Bo'i is a command. Come bride. We bow. So Bo'i kala, we bow and then we turn back to face the ark to signify that the Sabbath is entering. So this is a prayer which is beautiful because it's actually escorting, welcoming physically the Sabbath, the mystical Sabbath bride is coming in. Okay, and then so we have gotten up at Bo'i.
That's when we bow.
That's we bow.
We bow.
No, we bow at the
Bo'i
end.
chala, bo'i chala.
Bo- Yeah, Bo'i chala. So we was discussing before, do we bow starting right or left? Because the words say right and left. I asked the rabbi, he said, I don't remember which way. It doesn't matter. It's
Right.
just it's just custom, whichever way, just bow. If it's right, if it's left, you're right, left, center, turn. That's it. That's the choreography. So, Bo'i v'chala. Wait. Chala ateret bala gam b'simcha u'b'tzahala tov emunei am segula. No, toch emunei am segula. My mistake. Bo'i chala, bo'i chala. I think it's only bow at the end, actually, hon.
Yeah, the end. That's
The very
yeah,
end,
at
not the
end.
beginning.
No, but we didn't do the beginning.
Shalom, yeah.
You went to the end.
Bo'i v'shalom ateret bala gam v'simcha u'b'tzachala toch emunei am segula. Now we bow.
Yeah.
Bo'i chala, bo'i chala. And you're turning around on bo'i chala. Bo'i chala, bo'i chala. And then we finish with Lecha dodi lekrat kala p'nei Shabbat nikabela. So this is really nice. This is what it says. I like this one. It says, come in peace, crown of her husband, come with rejoicing and good cheer, amidst the faithful of the treasured people, come bride, come bride. And once before I gave you the phrase Segula. So that is nation. Segula means treasured nation. So you see a lot of these words and phrases repeat. Okay. So it's a Bo'i v'shalom. Let's say that. Okay. Well, we're getting close to time. Who would like to say these 4 lines? Okay, Helene, why don't you do it? Yeah.
Okay. You want me to say them or sing them or?
Any way you want. You want to sing it? Go ahead and sing.
Bo'i v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha u'tzala toch emunei am segula bo'i chala, bo'i chala.
Finish up with the last refrain.
Likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nikabela.
Right, now, on the copy that I gave you, not in the book that I'm reading from now, you see that little funny thing on, it's uvitzohala, which I wouldn't have known because that word is not a common word. It says gam b'simcha uvtzohala. Is that little funny? That's an or uvtzohala.
Second line, okay. Gam b'simcha.
Gam b'simcha uvtzohala.
Uvtzohala.
Tzohala. That's a kamatz. That's or. uvtsohala.
La.
Okay.
Uvtsohala.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha uvtsohala. Toch emunei am segula boi chala boi chala. And if you're going to ask me why is it chala, it's not talking about bread.
Right?
It's not challah that we're eating, but boi challah, because after the yud, it has to become challah. They don't say boi challah. That's just part of Hebrew grammar. After that, a sound, e sound, like a vowel sound, boi challah, but it's the word challah. Okay. Okay, let's try to do this. We got a couple of minutes. Let's try to say it. Thank you, Helene. Okay, everybody. Boi v'shalom,
Boi shalom.
ateret bala.
Ateret Allah.
I just someone point out to you with the word bala, there's a little dot in the hey. That is not a vowel. That means it's her husband. Bala, it's kind of a shortcut. So boi v'shalom, come with peace, ateret, crown of, and bala means her husband. Okay. Gam b'simcha,
Gam b'simcha.
uvtsohala.
Hala.
Right. Toch emunei,
Emune.
am segula,
Hala.
boi chala,
Hala.
boi chala.
Hala.
Now, I knew there wouldn't be time to really go over all the verses. I would suggest you listen to them online, but I picked the ones that I thought were the most significant and ones that had words and phrases that were important, that will repeat. I assure you, a lot of these words will repeat. Like in one of the others, it has Mikdash Melech, the sanctuary of the king, Ir Melucha, the city of his kingdom. So these words are going to repeat and repeat and repeat. Not all of them, but lots. And they have words like glory, praise, words that extol God repeat in so many of the Psalms and the blessings. So after a while, you're going to recognize some of these words that I've been teaching you, like El is God, and Hamyuchad. When on Yom Kippur, the reading is about the sacrifice of Isaac, and he calls him Yechidi, my only one. Of course, how does that make his half brother feel? Okay, Yechidi, Yachid. It means it comes from Echad, my only one. Yet Abraham had the son of Hagar, but he says in the text in the Torah, it says, my only son, because he's talking about his only son with Sarah. But how would a half brother feel? It's Abraham, it's his son, it's still his son, but he calls Yitzhak Yechidi, my only one. Okay, so Yechad, it comes from Echad. Yechad means together, but Echad is the root. So you can make a lot of words from the root. All right, any questions? It's really nice, and then you can sing with the other one. And then it changes. Shamor v'echad, gidibor echad, yishmianu el hamichad, Adonai echad, u'shmo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'letila lecha adodi. This sounds like a Debka dance. This sounds like
I
a
never heard
Yemenite
it.
dance.
I've never
You never heard that one?
No.
Well, some congregations do that one. That's like a little more
Our
upbeat.
Chazan does 3 during the thing. She starts, I don't know what she starts with. She starts with whatever she feels like. Then she does another. At some point, she gets to the one we started with. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Oh, we do Lecha dodi likrat
Likrat kala,
Shabbat
Shabbat
Bella.
Bella.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lecha dodi, and then the day.
And then it goes. Lecha dodi, lecha dodi, likrat kala. Yeah. But that's a little more melody, a little more complicated, not for beginning, because the main thing you want to do is you want to get the words correct. You don't want to be like the kid who says for Richard Sands instead of for which it stands, you know.
Right.
Because-
Jose, can you see?
Yeah, Jose can. I never heard that one. That's a good Jose.
Oh.
Can you? I have to tell that to my
It's a
my,
whole
Latina
really
class.
it's a whole really cute story about this little
That is all
immigrant
by
boy.
ear. Yeah.
This little immigrant boy who comes and he goes to, somebody takes him to a baseball game and he can't believe how welcoming everybody is, because at the very beginning they say, Jose, can you see?
I love it. I love it. I love it. And then, you know, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the Republic for Richard Sands. Because we learn by listening. We learn language by listening, and sometimes it's not always
Or
correct.
today they say to the Republicans for which it stands.
Oh, no, no,
They
please
turned
don't tell me
Republican
that.
too
Oh,
much.
no. You ruined my day. Anyway, so this is a biggie. It's a nice one, just like you were learning Ashrei. There's some prayers that are very long and they never go away. And they're part of the liturgy. It is very nice. I was not one that went on a Friday night. My big time is Saturday, you know, and the Saturday service was much longer. I'd go once in a while to Friday night. I like the melodies and I like the songs, the Tehillim, but I really prefer going for the Torah service and the rabbi's sermon. So like tomorrow I have a Torah reading. I've been working on it I think I'm ready. I've been working on it during the week. So I think I'm ready. Go tomorrow and do my thing.
I
So
don't think I'll
everybody-
enjoy the Torah reading until I become as learned as you. That's
Well,
too long.
the Torah reading, look, here's where you begin. You begin with the prayers that repeat, the ones that you can sing. The Torah reading, you can't sing unless you know the trope. However, for Hebrew practice, Helene, you can practice by tracking. That's how kids learn to read in the, you know, first grade or whatever. Put your finger on the words. Some Torah readers in my shul mumble. They're not clear. I am clear. When I do the Torah reading, I'm clear. I know the trope and I say it with the right trope. But some people don't do it with the trope. I mean, they fake it. Sometimes the rabbi gets a long reading and fake a little bit the trope. But the main thing is that the words are correct, because the Gabayim will stop you, except on the word Adonai. They will not ask you to repeat Adonai, and that's custom. If you said it wrong, unless you said Yihiyeh instead of Adonai, then you're in trouble. Then you go back and you say it correctly. But you don't go back. So I find that when they're doing the Haftorah or any Torah reading, I sit there with the book and I have my little pointer ready and I follow the Haftorah. I follow the other people's Torah readings, and I find it helps a lot. Now, if I'm Gabbai Rishon, or even Sheni, I will read through the entire Parsha. It'll take me hours, maybe 3 hours, maybe more. And I read word for word and I look at the translation. Because I want to know where the problems are. If I'm gabbaying, I want to know what's the tricky words, the tricky names. And I want to be prepared to be able to correct that. So I will read word for word, every single word in the reading. I know it's obsessive, and it takes hours. But that's the way I do it. When I do a Haftorah, I do the same thing. I look up the words. I look up every word I don't know. And we're talking Isaiah, who's very out there with his, images. I look up every word I don't know, try to figure out the roots, the verbs. And so when I'm doing that Haftorah, I know what it means.
Asha kochachei, or
Kochei.
okay, close.
Yeah.
Kochei.
So, it depends your level of Mishigas. Mine is high. Yeah. Anyway, you
Wonderful.
really, if you go to service or you watch it streaming, I really recommend if you have a Chumash, if you don't have one, buy one and follow. Use whatever prayer book your shul uses. Follow the prayers. If they're too fast, just follow it. Track the Haftorah, track the Torah reading, and you're going to see that phrases and words are going to start popping out. They will, I assure you, they will start to pop out. Phrases repeat a lot. Okay. Have a good Shabbos. We have 2 more
You too.
classes. Okay, just a question. Any particular prayers you want me to go over in the next 2 weeks? Any particular letters or vowels that are making you crazy?
Are there any prayers that are popular in the Slichot service, or no?
Well, Slichot, they start with Avinu Malkeinu.
Okay, we know
Vanenu,
that. Okay.
Vanenu. I think we did that.
Yeah,
That's I'll take a look at Slichot is the last Saturday in August. Can you believe
Right.
it? Because the day after that night, Erev Rosh Hashanah is at night
Labor
on
Day.
Labor Day.
Yeah.
Labor Day.
September 1st. Okay.
Yes,
Labor
it's
Day.
very early, very early. It's crazy. This is crazy, but we're ready. We can do it. We have learned a lot of prayers. I taught a lot of prayers for, you'll be going Hayom, and you'll be doing Hayom, 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 Hayom. I'm expecting that. But you have a different melody, but you got it. And then
We do that
when
one
we
too.
when we do the breastfeeding, okay?
The breast, I thought you said breastfeeding.
The breastfeeding.
I'm not ready for breastfeeding.
No.
Plopping.
All right. Oh, so nobody translated that story, huh? Everybody's laying low. Anyway,
I'm still
What
working.
story? What's-
okay.
I
I'm
didn't get
working
the
on it. It's
story.
very slow, but I am working on
I
it.
sent a story from a reader that I have. It's
I
called The
must have
Erev
missed
Yom
it.
HaKippurim. It's from a book that I have of stories.
Okay,
You
I'll
go
have to look
back.
for it.
Yeah, it's towards the beginning of the summer. When I started to
Okay.
send,
Oh, okay, I probably have it someplace. Okay.
yeah, and then we talked about why is it so ay 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 bagadnu ashamnu, but it sounds like a happy tune. I never got it. I never understood why. Ay 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 ay. It sounds.
We don't sing it. We don't sing it very happy. We sing it more like a moaning chanting.
Not us. This is ay ay ay
Rabbi,
ay ay ay.
ay, 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 ay.
That
what
sounds.
Avinu, Avi. It's more of a groan.
But then I can't go.
We don't do-
Ay, 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 in between. Gazal knew this.
We sing it like Hannah sings it,
Yeah,
How's that?
like you sang it.
yeah. Ba, da, 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 da. But we do it, the ay, ay, ay's in the middle. Anyway,
We
I
do
gotta
the
go.
ay, ay, ay's, but we do
Yeah.
them to the same. Ay, 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 ay.
No, we, hang on. We'll have to-
Well, I'm from Brooklyn, so.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
from Brooklyn too originally, so maybe that's.
that was-
okay. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
And if your
Shalom.
shul has streaming, I hope, Esther, I hope you feel better.
Thank you. I hope
Okay,
so
tell the
too.
grandchildren not to come for a while. You
Oh.
need to
Be
recuperate.
well.
Have a
Bye.
good Shabbat, and I'll see you guys next week. Wonderful
Shabbat
to see you
shalom.
guys. Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.